everyone, and welcome to my new video on this channel, Free Code School, where I aim to teach Python programming to everyone for free. So this is the part 6 of this Python tutorial series. In this part 6 of this tutorial series, I will be covering tuples in Python. So I have already covered different data types like strings, numbers, list. And in this video, of course, I will be covering another data type that is tuples in Python. So tuples are very similar to list that we have already covered in third and fourth video of this. I think third and fourth of this, third or fourth, or I think second and third video of this tutorial series. We have already covered list. So tuples are also very similar to list. And of course, if you have not watched my previous videos, like part 0 to part 5 of this series, of course, you can go and watch those. Because if you are a beginner in Python, or even if you know like some, if you have some knowledge of Python, then also those videos very helpful for you. Like you will be able to understand Python a lot. Like you will be able to program in Python. You will learn the basic syntax of Python. So do go and watch those videos. And of course, if you want to learn Python programming, this channel is for that. So do subscribe to my channel. I will be posting a lot of content here on Python, like data structures, algorithms, and more in the future. So do subscribe to my channel. And it will like motivate me a lot, like for my further videos. And also, if you have any doubts, you can contact me on Telegram. So I have a channel on Telegram called Free Code School. And of course, I am very active on Twitter and LinkedIn also. There also you can contact me. So I have the IDs here. And you can find all the links here, like the Python tutorial playlist link, Telegram link, Twitter link, LinkedIn link, like all these links you can find in the description. So you can go there and see the links. So let me first, for the hands-on, so for the practice purpose, like all the code I will write here on this website, that is repl.it. So I will just go here, start coding, select Python here, create REPL. So I will just adjust some of the default settings. Let me just layout to stacked, indent size to 4, and disabled. Okay, that's what I keep like for all my videos, the default settings. I was keeping the same in my previous videos also. So let's now start with what are tuples in Python. So of course, let me first go to what are list in Python, because tuples are quite similar to list, very similar actually. There is small difference that you will see in sometimes. So list, so items that are there in the list can be modified. So if you have some items in a list, so for example, I will show you some examples. Maybe just take a sample list like numbers equal to 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. You know that you can modify this. So numbers 0 equal to, let's do it 4, and print numbers. So you know that you can modify any items in the list. So I want to modify this item in the list. So I can do numbers 0 equal to 4. And if you run this code here, you will see that the list has been modified from 1 to 3. It became 4 to 3. So of course you can do that in a list. But so lists are also called mutable. Mutable in the sense that you can modify it. But strings are not mutable. You cannot modify a string. So already I have shown these examples in a previous video, so you can watch those videos. But what if you want a data type similar to list? So the data type should be similar to list, but the items in the like in this data type cannot be modified. What if you want this type of data type? So I have written data structure here, but it does not make a difference. So of course, I'm in the same thing I'm in here. So that's where actually tuples comes in. So tuples are quite similar to list, but you cannot modify it. So I will show you examples. Let's have this example like origin equal to 0. That's how you define a tuple. So instead of using square brackets, you are using the parenthesis here in tuple. That's how you define it. So now let's do print. It's quite similar to list. You will use the same, like this is like the 0th element of this tuple. This is the first element of the tuple. You can have more elements. If you want to add more elements, you can. If you want to add more elements, you can add, similar to list. But I will have only 2 elements here for this example. Print origin 0 and print origin 1. So it's similar to, I mean, how do you do in this? Origin origin 1. Okay, just run this code and you will see that 0 and 0 is getting printed here. Okay, and of course you can of course convert this to list also, and it will do the same thing. But of course, there is some difference that I will show you in some time. Okay. Now, what is the difference here? I will show you what is the difference. I told you that in a list, you can modify the items in a list, but in a tuple, you cannot modify it. So let's try modifying an element of a tuple and see what happens. So when you're learning something, working with the examples. That's how you learn a lot. So let's try to modify the zeroth index, whatever content is there to 1 now. So let's run this code. So of course you see that there is an error. So it's written that on line 2, that is this is the line 2, and this is the assignment that we are making. It's telling that it's a type error. Tuple objects does not support item assignments. That means you cannot modify the contents of a tuple. You cannot modify any item in tuple. That's what the error is. So you cannot modify a tuple. Of course, it was list. You could have done easily, right? There will be no errors if it was a list, but not in case of tuple. That is the main difference between tuple and list. All the other operations and functions are quite similar to list, as we will see in further examples. Okay. Of course, I have gone through this. Okay. Now, next one is quite interesting thing. Okay. What if you remove? So let's say I told you in tuple you should have this parenthesis around this. But what if you remove this? Is it still a tuple or not? The question is. So how do you find out that it is still a tuple or not? So of course you have the type function. So if you give the variable name to this type function, it will tell you what is the data type of this variable origin. Okay, I have provided this origin variable name to this function type. Now let's run this. So it will tell you that this is of leave this class. So if you see, it is sharing that it's a tuple. That means this origin is a tuple data type. Okay. But of course, if you see the difference, I have removed the parenthesis, right? Still, it's a tuple. So of course, you do not need to have the parenthesis every time for tuple. It's optional. You can have, even if you do not have, it's still a tuple. You can remove it also. It's still a tuple, but not in the case of list, right? In list, if you want, it's compulsory to have square brackets. If you remove square brackets in list, it's not a list. Only in the case of tuples, it's so. Okay. So that is, of course, this you should know. So if somebody asks you like whether this is a tuple or not, so the answer should be yes, this is a tuple. Okay, the next question is quite more interesting. Now let's do this. Origin X, origin Y. Now next question will be, is this still a tuple or not? So I have defined two variable names, origin X, comma, origin Y. And then I have made equal to 0, comma 0. Is it still a tuple or not? So let's try to find out what is the type of origin X and origin Y. So you'll get the answer. Origin X, type, origin Y. See what is the answer. It is telling both are of class int. That is, both are integers. So it's not a tuple, both are integers. So that's what happens. So when you have on the left hand side, when you have only one name, that is origin, right? Then it's a tuple. But if you have two or more names, in that case, it becomes a integer, not a tuple. This I have already covered in my first video when I was covering variables. So in that I told that if you want to have multiple assignments in a single line, you can use this trick, to have that. So very simple example, leave origin X. Let's say you have X, Y, and Z, and you want to define all of this to 0, 0, and 0. So you can do something like this. Like in this case, this is not a tuple, this is integers. X, Y, and Z are integers here. Let's print X, Y, or maybe put Z, okay? Let's see the output. It should be 0, 0, 0, right? Let's change this to something like this. And you will see 0, 1, 2, right? So in this case, it's an integer, not a tuple. So that's what the difference is. So of course, how you can differentiate it is quite simple. If you have like multiple, so of course, there should not be a comma separation on the left hand side. If it is a comma separation, that means it's an integer. If there is no comma, there is only one. If let's say this is X equal to 0, 1, 2, in this case, what happens? X is a tuple. You can see this. So tuple is basically printed something like this. You see, so you have the round brackets here, and then you have a 0, 1, 2 in that. Of course, list square brackets. So here in case it's parenthesis, right? So that's how it is getting printed. Now, of course, you can also use this also. This is also a tuple, no issue. This is also a tuple. But for clarity, it's better to have this, I will say, the round brackets here or parentheses here. It's because it becomes clear that it's a tuple, right? Nobody needs to guess it. But if you do not have it, then also it's tuple, but it's not quite clear for some other programmers. So better to have this here to show that it's a tuple. The next thing is quite interesting. I will, okay. So is this a tuple or not? I mean, so if you have maybe, I will write it again example, origin X, origin Y equal to 0, 0. Okay, this a tuple or a integer? As I already told you, this is again an integer because you have two things like two variables on the left hand side. Then again, it's like two integers you have here, and both will be assigned 0, 0 here. If it was 0, 1, origin X will be assigned 0, origin Y will be assigned 1. Okay, so this is again an integer, not a tuple. You can of course verify that if you want to. Now a tuple with single element. So this is quite interesting. Now, if you have x equal to 1, now what is this? Is this a tuple or is this an integer? You can again check it. Print type x. So you see it's an integer, not a tuple. Okay. Now you will tell me that, okay, of course, I do not have, like I have only one variable on the left hand side. Still, it's telling me I have this parenthesis here. It's still telling me it's an int. What's happening, right? See, what is actually happening is that, as I told you, if you have multiple variables on the left-hand side, it's by default integers, all are integers, not a tuple. But here I have only one element, then why it's not a tuple? So the answer lies in the fact that if you want to define a tuple with a single element, you have to do something like this. Now let's run this code. Now you see what it becomes a tuple. So this is kind of, I think, something you have to remember. It's not like, I mean, even, I mean, for me, it's not, I mean, it's like by default, it's the behavior. If you want to have a tuple with a single element, you need to put one more comma after this, then only it will be a tuple. If you do not put this comma, it becomes an integer. This you have to always remember this thing. So it becomes an integer. This always you have to remember. And of course, you do not need this. I mean, I told you, you do not need this. You can also put comma, something like this. It's still a tuple, I mean. But for making it more clear, always have this. If you want to define tuple, always have this to make it more clear, I mean. Always have this. Now looping through all the values in tuple, it's quite simple, I mean. I will show you the example. It's similar to list, I mean. So I'll just go through it. Let's say number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Now you want to like loop over all these items of this tuple. So how do you do? For number, in numbers, similar to list, very similar. I mean, it's ditto same, right? It's very same. It's almost similar. There is no difference. Only difference in list and this is that here you have parentheses, there you have square brackets, and of course you cannot modify this in number. And of course you will see the output as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? That's how you loop through a value in the tuple. Now writing over a tuple. So what sometimes you want to, so of course I told you, you cannot modify the contents of a tuple, but you can overwrite it. Let's say origin equal to 0, 0, but you want to change origin to some other value. So of course you can do this equal to, then change it to 1, 1. Now if you print origin now, so in this case, you see the output is 1, 1. It got modified. But why it got modified? See, in this case, we are not modifying the single items of this origin using I mean, using something like origin 0, right? We are not doing something like this equal to 1. This will not work. This will give an error. But what we can do is we can override the contents of this tuple. So in the second line, what I am doing is I am overwriting it. I am again redefining it. That you can do always. I mean, that's not an issue. But you cannot change the elements. Like you cannot change this value or this value. You cannot do that using that. I mean, basically this square bracket operation, right? Basically, you do in lists like origin 0 equal to 1. You cannot do that. It will give you an error. But of course, you can write over a tuple. You can overwrite it. Okay, now this is kind of quite controversial, I will say. So initially I told you, you cannot modify a tuple. So that means that you cannot add or delete elements from a tuple. That's what it means, right? If you cannot modify a tuple, you cannot change the items in a tuple. You cannot insert in a tuple, right? You cannot delete in a tuple. But like it's okay. I mean, here you can do some of the. Of course, you cannot modify the single element. You cannot change this to one or this to two, but you can append to it. Like this is the like how you. Okay, let me go back to show you this example so that you will understand. Let's say numbers equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay. Now let's print these numbers. Okay. Now let's say we want to append four more numbers, 6, 7, 8, 9 at the end of this tuple. So how we do is numbers equal to numbers plus 6, 7, 8, and 9, and last again comma. Now print numbers. So that's how you append it. I mean append to a tuple. Now, if you see, you have initially you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the tuple, right? And after this, once you appended this numbers equal to numbers plus 6, 7, 8, 9, you get a tuple with more elements, right? 6, 7, 8, 9, right? So you see the difference here, right? You have been able to modify the tuple if you see. But I told you initially that you cannot modify a tuple. But it's controversial. I mean, of course, you cannot change, I mean, this element or this element. But of course, if you see, you can append elements. You can do this at the beginning also if you want to. It's not like you can also remove this. You can also append it at the beginning also. Run this code. 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So of course you can append at the beginning and also at the end that you can do. But you cannot modify the values of the elements of this tuple. You cannot do something like numbers 3 equal to 4. You cannot do this. This is wrong. This will give you an error. But you can do this operation like append at the beginning, append at the end, that you can do. So next question is how I am able to modify a tuple in this case, right? So I will show you why you are able to modify. So what actually happens? So there is a function called ID in Python. So this is a quite advanced concept. Even if you do not understand this concept now, it's okay. So what is actually happening is let's print this. So ID is basically, so see what happens is whenever you define a variable, it gets stored in the memory at some location, right? That's what ID gives. So ID gives you the location where this is stored. So let's try to print the ID here also. So in these both cases, you see both the numbers are not same. Actually, what happened? So you will think that I have modified these numbers, but no, you are getting a new number here actually. So that's what is happening. So I told you, you cannot modify a tuple in Python. Here you will think that I have modified the tuple. I have appended this 6, 7, 8, 9 at the beginning of this tuple. But what is happening is that you are getting a new tuple numbers. I mean, you can see the ID here. The ID of this, I mean, this numbers, ID of this, the numbers I created, tuple this created, and when it got modified, both the IDs are different. That means both are at different memory locations in the program, right? I mean, in the RAM basically, where all these variables gets stored, right? So you see that both are at different locations. That means we again overwrite, right? What we did in the past thing, right? This writing over a tuple. Again, we have done the same thing here. We have actually written over a tuple. So we have basically again redefine this tuple. So that's how you are able to modify it. So if you see here, here also you were able to modify writing over a tuple. You were able to modify it. The same thing we have did it here because you see if you, and of course I have taken this ID concept to explain you because I mean it's quite advanced concept of ID. So but still understand this that you are creating a new tuple here. That's how you are able to modify it. By default, tuples cannot be modified. Okay, keep that in mind. And if you have any doubts regarding this, maybe if was not able to explain you properly, if you didn't understand like the previous concept, like why I was able to append at the last and at the beginning. So if you have any doubts regarding that, do ask me in the comments. If you do not understand what ID function is doing, so it's quite advanced concept. I told you, right? So it's basically, so I will again explain you, right? Because it's the first time I will again repeat this. So ID basically gives you the memory location where this variable and where this data is stored in the memory. That memory location is given by the ID function. And as you see, the ID is different for both of these. That means both are not same tuple. The tuple got modified. You have a new tuple here, not the old one, right? I told you you cannot modify a tuple. Here also we have not modified a tuple. We have got a new tuple. That's what you should understand. And of course, there are many other operations you can do similar to list. You can use negative indexing like list. You can use slicing concept of list. You can use min max sum function of list. You can use length function of list, like how many elements are there. And of course, insertion and deletion commands of list will not work here. So if you use the append command, remove command here of list, it will not work here. You cannot modify the tuple like that. As I told you, that's the main difference between tuple and list. Other operations like negative indexing, slicing, min-max operations, length operation, all will work. So you can try doing negative indexing, try doing slicing, try doing min-max some functions, try finding the length, right? So you will see that you are able to do all of those. But using append function or try using remove function on the tuple, you will see that you will get error. And of course, all of these I have covered in the list video. So if you're not able to understand, you can watch that video. Okay. The next, the next video will be on dictionaries in Python. This is a very important concept. See, tuples, I will say, are not used that frequently in Python. You will rarely use tuples in Python. You will use list a lot, but not tuples. Tuples have very, I will say, are not a very huge use cases for tuple. I mean, mostly you will use a list. Or dictionaries again, like you will use dictionaries a lot, I mean, in Python. So in the next video, we will cover dictionaries, which are used like very frequently. And tuples, as I told you, are not used that frequently. So of course, but you should know what tuples are. In case you have a use case like list, but you do not want to modify the element, you can use tuple. Of course, you should know about that. So that's why I cover the tuples also here. So that's all for the next, sorry, that's all for this video. And I will cover dictionaries in Python. Thank you.